there, everybody. I hope everyone is doing well today. So today we will be talking about the issue proposal and continuing drafting. But first, I would like to visit our course schedule. So this is where we are at for this week. So on Tuesday, I went over the issue proposal part 2. And hopefully you have turned in your writing lab already. And I also assigned a reading from the Norton Field Guide, pages 49 to 53. So what we're talking about today is the issue proposal part 3, the conclusion workshop, and continuing drafting the issue proposal. Now please note that I would like everyone's rough draft for the issue proposal to be ready by next Tuesday, because we will be doing peer review online through Blackboard. I will likely set up a discussion board and we will do peer review that way. So please have the rough draft ready by next Tuesday. So that is what we are doing next Tuesday, is peer review. And the rough draft for the issue proposal will be due by midnight on Tuesday, March 2nd. And then March 4th is when the final draft of the issue proposal will be due by midnight. So that is pretty much what we're working on. So what we're working on today is the issue proposal part 3 and the conclusion workshop. So today we're going to talk about reviewing and finishing the issue proposal. So today we'll be focusing on writing the conclusion. So let's finish the issue proposal, and you can click here for the process sheet for the issue proposal, and it will take you right to the paper guidelines. So what we're focusing on is finishing up the reasons and focusing a little bit more on delivery. So we're going to be talking about ethos, pathos, and logos. Those are things that we have very much been talking about already. So of course, as always, you want to think about the rhetorical situation, purpose, audience, author, and argument. So as a review, the reasons why your topic will be a good one to work with this semester. So you should be thinking about 3 total reasons that will make up your body paragraphs for your paper. So there should be 3 total reasons why your topic is a good topic to work with this semester. Supporting detail will support these reasons, and you can use the prompts and the guidelines to help with that. But as always, I have given feedback to everyone that has shared a link with me for their Writing Lab 1. So things to be working on within the intro and even throughout the paper is to make sure that your claim is something like this issue is a good topic because reason 1, 2, and 3, which we already went over in the last lesson. And of course, you should be thinking about your topic sentences. That is also something that I talked about within the last lesson. So let's think about format and organization for a second. So it should be 1-inch margins, 12-point font, Times New Roman, and you should have your title, name, professor, class, and date. So let's take a look at this here. So this should be the introduction to your essay, and the thesis should go at the end. So your first body paragraph begins with a topic sentence, which will state your reason, and then it's really up to you to add supporting details to fill that paragraph. And when you start a new paragraph, you'll have a new topic sentence that points to whichever reason that you might be working with. So of course, you want to think about if your issue is debatable. There must be a controversy with multiple groups involved. This is very much something that we went over during the last lesson. So I do have a few examples to show you all of a topic sentence. So this is a topic sentence. These are samples all from JCC previous students. So this is a topic sentence stating that this is a debatable topic. So this one is about abortion. So abortion is appropriate to research because it is debatable in the sense that there are many different opinions, values, or beliefs that people hold regarding the topic. So then they also fill out the paragraph with supporting details. So individuals who support abortion often describe their belief toward the topic as pro-choice. This means they support the idea of women having the power to choose abortion as an alternative to an unexpected pregnancy. However, it is important to consider that these people may not make this choice for themselves. They believe that it is a human right for women to have the ability to decide whether or not they wish to have children, and they may wish to do so. It is important to these people that abortion remains legal in areas that allow access to it, and that it becomes legal in regions that do not. They are against laws that ban abortion or those that make it difficult for women to have access to the procedure. So this is a paragraph talking about the different sort of voices on abortion. So of course, you also want to think about sustainability. So it must be current, relevant, and timely, and it should be a current issue. Are there players in the news right now that are visible to the public? So has your topic been relevant in the news lately, and how so? And who has been talking about it? So what makes this issue alive and ongoing? These are very much questions that you want to be posing when drafting your issue proposal. So this topic sentence is about this topic is current, and there might not be a whole lot going on with your topic at the moment. And that's okay to state that. So there is not a more important time to talk about drug addiction than right now. So that is very much something that you want to consider. Is it in the news right now? And this one is about artificial intelligence. So as artificial intelligence evolves, the debates that surround it will evolve alongside with it, creating a discussion that is both present and constant. So the companies that produce and program artificial intelligence will likely never be able to meet the desires of their consumers. The self-driving car will always require too much human control or not allow for enough. The smart assistant AI will always respond too little or too frequently. We have yet to reach a perfect compromise between desired function, ethical boundaries, and desired profit. So they present an example here and supporting details. Another example that they come up with is the battle between convenience and confidentiality is growing exponentially in the era of COVID-19. So they are considering recent events happening as well. So conversational AIs are being deployed across government and healthcare agencies to aid with the mass influx of consumer requests. You can ask these AI questions, and they will respond with appropriately programmed responses. Now, pre-pandemic, most of these questions were simple and did not contain personal information. Now, these AIs are receiving questions regarding specific medical information due to the public's concern. So another thing that you want to consider within your body paragraphs, is it researchable? There must be things that you know and things that you might not know about your topic, and that is perfectly okay. So what you want to talk about is, what do you know about the issue already, and what sort of questions might you want to answer or acknowledge when talking about your issue? And what are the main research questions that you might want to pursue? How would you answer these questions right now and why? And what more do you need to learn about the issue? And where might you go to find out some of these answers to your questions? So that can lead to, I can do research on it. So here's an example. Breastfeeding in public is a very good topic to research since there are opposing sides involved in the argument. The main arguments are given by the mothers, who would know it would be easier for them if they could just feed their child in public without having to worry about being sexualized. And there are others who would prefer that breastfeeding is done in private. This opposing group consists mostly of men and older or more conservative women. The argument can also involve the scientists and nutritionists who know the benefits of breastfeeding, whether that be in public or private. So what this is doing is that it's talking about the opposing sides involved in the argument. And in this case, that is definitely something that you want to be considering, and that is something that we will be talking about within the third paper, actually, is opposing sides to your argument. So anyway, going from there, this is the conclusion workshop, and this is about finishing your issue proposal by leaving a final impression on the reader. So this is actually a link to a handout. And this is the conclusion workshop page. So I do want to talk about briefly. A lot of students struggle with conclusions. So just as a general sort of thing, a conclusion should always stress the importance of the thesis statement, return to the major points and reasons, and leave a final impression on the reader. So how do you leave those final impressions on the reader? Some things to consider is answer the question, so what? Remind your readers why your argument was important. And it's important to synthesize but don't summarize. And to create a new meaning. You don't have to give new information to create a new meaning. By demonstrating how your ideas work together, especially connecting those main ideas from your body paragraphs, can create a new picture. And you can create all of your major points and then explain how these pieces point to a larger picture, how the pieces made the whole. You can also think about looking to the future, can emphasize the importance of your paper or redirect the reader's thought process. It may help them apply the new information to their lives or see things more globally. Especially since we're talking about major societal issues, this is something definitely to be considering. So these are some example paragraphs down here, and this is actually an example introduction and conclusion about tobacco consumption. So if you need a sort of example, those are some great examples to be looking at. Anyway, I do want to stress this last slide here. So I do want to remind people that if you do not send the link to your assignment to my email inbox, if I don't get a notification about your file, it can be very difficult for me to track down your files. And to be honest, it can be close to impossible because I do receive quite a few emails per day. Just as a general idea, even as an adjunct professor, I probably get about close to 75 emails per day. And sometimes even more, depending. So it can be very difficult for me to track down your files. So please do make sure that you follow these steps to share your Google Documents. Otherwise, they can get lost in my email inbox and there could be a delay on receiving feedback from me. So this is just an important reminder. Make sure to open your issue proposal rough draft, click on the blue share button, unlock it by clicking Get Shareable Link, and make sure to set it to anyone with the link can view, and to enter my email in the people box. So that means that you will have to send, and what that does is that it sends a notification right directly to my email inbox, and then I am able to see your file. And to be honest, I do use the notifications as a sort of checklist to sort of go through and complete feedback, almost like a to-do list for myself. So I would definitely ask to please complete that, because otherwise I might not be able to view your rough draft or provide feedback. So sending the link helps me keep track of files, and it also helps me keep track of whose paper I need to provide feedback on, since I receive quite a few emails per day. So if you can please make sure to do that for me, just to make it easier on myself and also on all of you. So, like I said, the easiest way to do that is to enter my email when you go to share it, and you can copy and paste my email right into the little share box when you click this button in Google Documents, and what that will do will send a notification right to my email inbox. Embedded in that email will be the link to your file, and that way I can actually provide feedback and make sure that I get feedback to everyone, and that way I am not spending time tracking down files, because that can be very difficult when you receive almost 75 emails per day. So if you can please do that for me. But anyway, that is it for today. If you have any questions, please do feel free to email me at any time. And I will also be holding office hours this Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. So if you would like to stop in, feel free to let me know. I do have office hours on Zoom on Friday as always. So if you would like to stop in, you are more than welcome to do so. So office hours will be available on Friday from 3 to 5 or by appointment. But Fridays tend to be the best for me because, yes, that is definitely a day where I pretty much completely dedicate to sitting down and grading papers and also to office hours. So if you would like to stop in, please feel free to do so. Anyway, thank you, and I hope you all have a great day.